What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
PLO, double board, bomb degen. All right, so this hand is interesting because I was quite perturbed at myself for calling, but then I looked at it later and I'm supposed to call. This is our hand.
Set, gutter, pair.
So we got set. We have a straight draw. We don't
An
know
open
what's going
ender
on in
on
the bottom.
top, gutter ball on the bottom.
Got on the bottom too. Yeah. And then we have this very awkward
Jammer.
Yeah,
baby pot here.
yeah, he's going all in.
So
Yeah,
I
fold.
try to isolate him. I
With-
think I could have gone bigger. This guy's like, I'm not having it. I nearly got him out. I should have gone bigger. These are, so now we got some interesting stuff going on.
Some garbage.
We've got ass end of the straight. Nothing going on the bottom, but we also have a bad
Yeah,
flush
flush.
draw. And we still have a set. We've
Yeah.
got a straight flush draw set. And then on bottom, all we have is a pair. So
Seems like a really good place to just check call and if it goes check, check, you don't care.
that's what I do. I check, he shoves. Now this is where it gets interesting, right?
Mhm.
So now I've got math to do.
Yeah,
And I decide after a very long time that we do have we have enough equity to call.
yeah, because
But
if-
that's just a shove because because of his size, it's just a shove.
Yeah.
And I get it in really, I get it
Yeah.
in against the worst hand we want to see. Which is
7 on the top.
7-4.
but wait, hold on. 7-4
No.
is bad, but what does he have on the bottom? He has
Draw.
a
He had nothing on the bottom.
flush draw. and a straight.
Open-ended straight draw, club draw. He had quite a bit on the bottom.
Yeah,
You was on the bottom, but you were still ahead of his bottom.
yeah, like
Now-
the wrap on the bottom and a
Yes.
flush draw.
Yeah,
just-
never wrap. Yeah, you're right about that. And a flush draw.
Yeah.
So we get stacked. So the question is this a good call? Or is this an error? So
On the flop or yours on the turn?
on the turn. So on the turn, if you look, so the important thing is that the numbers are deceptive in game. Because this guy doesn't matter. So his equities don't matter because he had started with 6 bigs.
Right.
Now, if you look at our equity against his hand, we have 42, we're at 60-40.
Right.
So then the question is, what's our equity requirement? Well, equity requirement is, if you look at the numbers, that was the pot. This is what we needed to call, and we get there. So this actually
the
ends up
side
being
pot?
a good call. I'm disregarding the side pot because it's small and then the equities get really complex. But I mean, you could calculate with a side pot, but because it's actually the side pot's more important in this game because you need to think about the side pot
just saying-
relative to the main, which starts off pretty big, right? Because it's 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 15 bigs. So that's important. But in the sake of simplicity, I think this is actually an appropriate call. Because our equity requirement is 34. And we were up against worst case with him.
Yeah.
And we still have 42%.
Right.
So this ends up being, this is why these big bets with these big pots become very degen.
Yeah.
Because you're making some crazy call offs here.
Now let's go back one step. And on the flop, is ISO the way to go with our hand?
Good question. So
I mean, it didn't work because of who we ran up against. We ran up against a guy who had no on the flop when he did the raise. The raise came in on the flop or on the turn.
I ISO it on the
He just
flop.
called he called the
Right, so on
re.
the flop, he just had a ton of equity on one board and nothing on the other board. And
No, he had equity
and
on both.
what was his equity on the bottom board?
Gutter ball on the top
5,
board
6, 7, 8.
and top pair,
5, 6,
top
7,
two
4, 5,
pair.
6. You're right. He had massive straight draws. You're
And he
right.
had top two on the top board.
Yeah,
Not that
And,
two pair matters in Omaha.
in the gutter.
King, the top board had a king on it, right?
King 5, yeah.
Five with the gutter ball and then the wrap on the bottom. I mean, he kind
Mhm.
of
Yeah, so he killed.
he's welded.
Yeah, so imagine if he gets his 5, he has 5s full of kings and you have 3s full of 5s. So he beats you. So his 5 and his king are both good. And his straight draws, yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's got a lot of equity on the top.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I do think this is a call off, sadly.
Now, if you didn't raise, he would probably just call with his massive equity, but not much made. Then on the turn, he brings in the top board solid and still has good equity on the bottom board. So he pots it on the turn. Do you still get all in?
I don't think I do.
Does he get you all in? In 2 bets, he can still get you all in, right?
So if it goes check, check.
Yeah.
Pot's at 15. I would check. He couldn't get me all in. He just could make a pot size bet on turn.
Right. And then on river, but then on river,
So
Does-
turn 30, 45.
right.
If I checked him, he couldn't have gotten me in.
Okay. So maybe that's a little.
45. No, yeah. I mean, you could argue this is a pot control spot, but
Yeah, you also
Oh.
bring in, you also for the 6 bet, if you just call and he just calls, one of those other guys might come in.
I'm bet behind. Yeah, it's true.
Even if they just call, if they come in with something for 6, going, it's just 6 big blinds, what do I care? If they come in, then he has more leverage when he does his pot size bet on the turn.
I think that's true.
Yeah, so he may still be able to you may end up all in either way. Yeah.
I think if I was going to ISO on the flop, maybe my better size was a repot.
Oh yeah, I would, that was the thing, is if you're gonna ISO, you, it seems like in this game, the bet sizes are 0 and pot in general, right?
No, I mean, to me it is, but when you talk to the guys who really know what's going on, they're like, they've got more nuance, and a lot of the nuance is around. Well, I don't need to make a pot size bet in order to do folds. Is essentially, I think, part of it.
Okay.
The rest of it, I don't quite understand yet, but smart
you-
guys have different
So,
sizing schemes.
Like
Wait, oh, go
Phil
on. Neil.
Galfond likes to go like with a lot of like not like the nutted hands, you'll still go like pretty thin for value with like 50% pot and stuff to get calls. So just they kind of also use it to go thin for value, I think. Like
Yeah,
smaller
that's true. I
sizes,
mean,
won't get called by, they'll get called by only better if they go bigger, but they can still get called by worse if they bet smaller. It feels
yeah, that's
like.
the nuance. In this game, it gets really interesting because it's super rare that you feel comfortable about your hand on both boards. So you usually fold into either a push strategy where you want to push someone off their marginal equity on one side when you're nutted on the other because you want to scoop. Or a pull strategy, which is much more rare, where you have very good equity on both sides, like usually you have the nuts and then second nuts or nuts or close to, or some kind of high equity draw on the other side, and then you want to pull and keep people in. And then there's a different math equation you can do where it's harder to do here, but if you're at a full ring and you've got the super nuts on one side, you can bet small and try to get multiple calls, which can be more profitable than just pushing everyone out.
So I have a question for you on this particular board.
Yeah.
If you had not pushed on the flop and it had just gone very simply, you called and he called, then on the turn, when he makes the nuts on the top, he pots it and you call. On the river, if he pots it again, do you call? Where you're
On
set
the
no longer-
river, so I would have wanted to improve
get
from
to
my
fold.
straight to a boat.
Right.
And I would have wanted to improve to a 5 on the bottom.
And so when you get this board, do you
Alright,
call the river?
no, I think I
Not
probably
on
fold
top,
out.
second nut on
I mean,
top.
you might have heard from him on the flop even if you just called. He might have popped you.
Yeah. Alright, I mean, he could have been, he probably, if I checked, he probably would have. Might
If
have
he
bet.
pots you on the flop, do you fold?
Yes, I think I did, actually.
Okay, Right.
There, yeah.
maybe that's good. All right. What
Yeah,
else we
this
got?
was a somewhat aggressive play that blew up in my face. I'm not happy with this play, but kind of get myself stuck into a pot odds dilemma where it's appropriate to call off, but it's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing to think about in PLO, which is, obviously foreign to me as a Hold'em player, is that, I mean, you can, and this is what Scotty was alluding to before, you can think about pot control. I mean, pot control is an option when you're non-nutted.
Mhm.
But when you start putting bets in, and then they can make multiples of the bet times the pot, you've thrown away that option.
You're cutting out a little bit, Andy, Larry, in your
Uh,
voice.
Okay, let me, you guys hear me okay now?
Mm-hmm.
Got another
All
one?
right. Yeah, wait, do. So I got a couple
How do
more.
we focus on Vimeo? On
This-
Vimeo, the fold button is over on.
All right. What is this pot? I don't remember what this is. Oh, this guy. So this guy's very loose. Why do people just this attracts all the degens? So middle set, but nothing up top.
Mm.
We
Oh.
fold.
Fold because the bottom is going to
Fold.
going to be a flush or a straight by the river.
Pure fold.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a fearful.
Oh,
He can
and-
already
oh,
have a straight
There's another
on the
reason.
bottom.
There's another reason to fold.
Yeah, folds
On
are already
bottom.
available. And
You block part of your boats on the bottom.
there's the sevens, and this guy scoops.
Yeah.
With so yeah, this is.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just a fundamental. I mean, you just
Mhm.
have to reprogram what your value of a set is, especially when you have no access. The term that really allowed me to stick it with me is I have no access to half the pot here.
Yes.
It's very hard for me to improve on top. All right. This is, I think, another spot where. Oh, this is a fun play. So it checks around. What do we have here? We've got middle set, and then we've got second nut redraw on top. So we're gonna check. This
Yeah,
guy
good one.
bets. He pots it. He loves his hand.
Opening the straight draw on top.
Even a straight flush
Yeah,
draw.
it's true. We've got a
The
yeah.
straight
Sorry,
flush,
we've got
yeah.
a OESD and the flush, and he's horrible in bomb pots. There's my note. And we've got what, 2 pair down there.
Get it in on the flop.
We've got a set on the bottom, not 2 pair.
Sorry, I got set. So, yeah, this is just a we shove. And he's like, I'm going with it. And now the question is, what do you guys guess our equity is against his? Whatever he loves his hand. So what do you think our
That
equity is?
guy.
Set on one board.
Yeah,
Hearts, the queen.
yeah. So this is, so he's got. Now here's the interesting part, right? If we go back here,
You have,
he has a set of queens.
which is good.
So
Just sitting on the
he has-
bottom. And a
he has a
gutter.
gutter on the bottom too, right? But this is a dream spot because we're getting in 60-40. You can't really ask for more than 60-40 in PLO. This is like, this is fist bump. Let's run the equity at 60-40. Because we've got, look how much access we have to the top, right? So the 8, when we have 8s over 5s, got this locked, but then we have significant equity on top against his set. This is what we want, right? This is where we can scoop. And we're essentially, I think the term is free rolling him now. We're free
Yeah.
rolling him on the top.
He has,
Yep.
3 outs on the top, by the way. I mean, on the bottom.
And
Yeah.
we get there and we scoop. So this is this is
What?
kind of the dream spot you want to get
Oh,
yourself
yeah,
into
yeah.
this game where you've got, we're 60-40 across both boards.
62 outs.
We've got our dream turn and now we're free rolling him on the top.
And I said it wrong. He has, 2 outs on the bottom, 1 queen and 1 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
No,
does
he
have
can't
that.
put
No,
queen
no,
on
the
the
8 gives
bottom.
him quads. You have the 8 to protect. The 8 gives him quads. He has 1 out on the bottom.
He needs
Yeah.
a queen, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 1 out. So this is just like degen porn. I don't remember what this last one is. Oh, this is another pot odds question, right? And
Damn, the 2s. Yeah, the 2s too. So
That is a damn good, that is a damn good hand for Omaha 8.
yeah, yeah, this is, so the 2s are actually kind of bad because it reduces our boat outs,
but like
but
if
I
it
don't know how to fold a
blocks
set of
the 2 of
2s.
spades, it blocks the 2 spades from hitting though.
And now it
like-
gets interesting, right? All these guys decide they want to go with it.
You have no access to
Get
the
this.
top. This sucks.
I
You are-
have
All
I
right,
have very little access to the
Right.
top.
It's
you
a
are,
pure fold now.
you could be easily be beat on the bottom already.
True.
That's
35.
Yeah, just 3-5. That's easy. You have, and to the 3-5, you now only have 1 ace.
I have 2 back doors in the top.
1, 2, and 3 4s.
Your back doors on the top.
I have 2 back doors,
4-5 on the
4,
top.
5, and
Diamonds.
diamonds.
Diamonds. Okay, not diamonds. That's true.
All right, so
Oh,
now
yeah.
if you do the equity runs, right, it gets really degen.
Oh, this is horrible.
So it's a massive pot now of 260. We've got to put in,
Don't call.
Yeah.
well, we've got to put in,
But put in, but you only put in 71.
you have to put in 71 essentially.
okay,
And
yeah,
so
but-
if you look at the number, it's about 19% equity requirement. I think it's 20% equity requirement here.
You have that.
And so
Oh,
if
and
you
get to
believe
see
in,
2 cards.
if you believe in the math, we have a 20% equity requirement for access to this whole pot. And so I do so what I actually cheat. I'm calculating the equity now. And I think I got it. I think I got 20%.
Oh
You gotta
shit!
actually
I
have
didn't see
1.7
Homeboy only had
more.
3 big blinds behind.
Yeah. So we've
That
got,
changes a lot.
Yeah.
so this really, yeah, so the math gets us there. This is the degen aspect of this game. The math gets us there.
I have a suggestion, by the way, with how you play this,
Sure.
is that you don't call. If you're going to call, what you're going to do, just raise. For the, not, don't let him put in the last 3.7. It's going in. Why don't you put it in just to annoy him? Because he didn't raise.
Yeah, I agree with Scotty 100% there.
Going in anyway. At least, yeah. I'm all for that.
So the question is, what is our equity? Did we make our equity requirement here?
Pause.
And we did
Man.
not. We've got about what, 18 plus 12, 30. We've got 15% equity.
3 5.
Yeah.
So we didn't make our equity requirement here. So
Question. This is against their actual hands, right?
yes.
Yeah.
I don't think card removal is included.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's the 3-5-5.
we did not get
Oh my
there.
god, oh no, I see why it's so terrible. Look at the pocket fours. Those are your outs.
Yeah.
Those, yep, those are boat outs.
That's
A-
ridiculous.
And we're blocking our own boat outs.
Yes,
Mhm.
you've got to get, you've got to get, and by the way, the worst card on the bottom is the 5, because again, you're blocked.
And it blocks, yeah, it block, and it blocks our runner
The
pairs.
three peels on the river,
a
you
four-
can't even counterfeit the straight because of the 6-4.
Right, and you lose,
Yeah.
if the 4 comes, you
Mm.
lose. If the 5 comes, you lose, because those are both quads. So you have to win on the bottom, you have to get an ace or a
And you
deuce.
can't. There's no ace left.
Oh, he already has the ace. So you have 1 out on the bottom. That's fucking insane. How can you have 1 out on the bottom? That's not right.
It is, well,
As of now, you have 1 out on the bottom.
I one out on the bottom.
You got a diamond draw on top.
You,
I've got
you
one
better
out.
get, you better get a diamond draw.
So,
A lot of diamonds already dead.
Yo.
so we one puts it.
Oh,
Yes!
Now,
Yes!
the question is, is this a fold? I mean, we ended up against worst case here, right?
We ended up against absolute worst case.
You mean pre-flop, is it a fold?
I don't think it's a fold pre-flop.
Oh, not pre-flop.
No.
Flop?
On
You
flop,
can't
I don't think it's a
fold
fold.
pre-flop.
I think we call it, see what happens behind. But now it gets, where is this one now? But now when I think, let me see, so I think it's, what was it, 262?
I mean, you're obviously going to be up against worst case scenario when this many callers are going all in
Wow, you have a good
in
point.
this game.
I think you have a really good point.
But what we're confident of here.
Like, what would best case scenario be like? You know, this many people getting their money in. It's like,
All 3 of them have
Mm,
spade
3,
flush.
5.
draws. That's what we
Well,
want.
let me ask you, how competent are some of these players in the hand?
Well, I don't, yeah, I can't
Confident
speak
enough
to
to
their skill
call,
set.
confident enough to go all in with the nuts when
Well, let's
somebody
go
else
let's go
raised.
look. Go back to the flop. Kim
Sure.
Boucher check raised all in, right?
No.
Say it again?
Bet 24? Who bet 24?
Call,
You can
raise, jam, call, jam, call.
Oh, okay. Okay, so here we are pre-flop. He bets there, you call. So let's look at his jam. So after it comes, let's see what he decides to jam with. A straight on the bottom, which is highly vulnerable. However, at least there are 2 spades out there. That's nice. 2 more spades out there that are dead, but it's hard for him to win the bottom with a 3-5 by the river.
True.
What's he got going on the top once people call? Let's see his jam. Who made the worst mistake?
Probably Pinche.
I mean, you absolutely don't have to be against pocket fours. You having a live 4 is something you could have at least expected.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, my thought with this action is somebody has the 5-3, and maybe that's just monsters in the closet.
No, somebody has to.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
So when somebody had, and somebody did, when somebody has the 5-3 and I have ace, ace, deuce, deuce, I'm drawing so thin to a full house and a backdoor flush on top. It's just, I'm saving, I'm picking a better spot.
Okay.
That's
I
fine, but
feel
I
like
mean,
my equity is so low, but the fact that everybody's all in kind of changes it.
Yeah.
Like if everybody had 200 bigs behind, then it's a instant snap fold, right?
Let's take a look.
well, yeah, but it's this energy spot where essentially everybody's on. So
He's
we
got
need 17% here.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more. So we got to really call. I'm saying we have to call 25, 55 to have access to a current pot size of 262.
Mhm.
And that gets us at 17%. Now, someone once explained pot odds as being a wonderful excuse to degen in poker.
Mhm.
But, you know, if you believe in the math, equity versus pot odds, we're really fucking close here against this much money. I mean, it's just you know.
Yeah.
Poker in the end is a risk reward measurement. And it's just one of the few times when we can do the pure math and understand what our risk is and our reward. And a 17% equity requirement in PLO, pretty hard. I don't know. It's pretty hard not to have that here against 4 ranges. Well, except that it is 3 other ranges, I should say.
The the jam by the 3-5 with a flush draw on top,
And
and it's the second. No, yeah, but he's already got the straight,
hmm
so the flush doesn't help him. And it is the second nut flush. That's matters. That's good.
Agreed.
So his play is not dumb.
No, his play is good. I think I would probably make this play with that
Second
much
guy with a
equity.
set and nothing going on top.
This is
Mhm.
horrible.
That's bad.
This guy has a So
This-
this is really bad when it gets back around to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third nut flush on the top and the bottom with card removal, you know, because you can see two of his outs are on the other board already. On the bottom, a pair, on the top, a pair, and an inside straight draw. That is an easy fold.
hmm
Yeah, so I mean, the worst play clearly is guy on button. Some people just see, you know, this is the equivalent of, God bless him, Joey's, I got a pair.
Hmm.
This is, I got a set.
I don't know, the one
what
who
we did
opened the
too.
action was pretty bad too.
Say it again.
The one who opened was pretty bad too.
You put in the
Yeah.
four, ace
His
jack.
pot, yeah, his pot, yeah, he potted it.
Oh, that's terrible.
You just
Yeah,
open it to open the action with pot there is even worse.
that's
Yeah,
bad.
it's pretty bad.
It's not bad if you can fold it. You know, if you're like willing to fold afterwards. but
Oh, that's a good point.
You're like,
So, I mean, this is, I think, I mean, we're close here. If you look just at pot odds versus equity. Andy, you might be right. I might be able to pass on this. But
I think it's even
Math-
without seeing the equities, knowing everybody's all in, I just think it's too close of a spot. Personally, in a live game, I'm folding this, even with everybody just being all in.
you're like ace, jack, you know, and you could get a gutter up top. Might be a little better.
Have more equity than backdoors up top, then it changes it. But
Mhm.
like I have almost no chance of improvement on the bottom and backdoor, and backdoor equity up top, and that's it. Like there's just no, for me personally, there's no reason to continue.
yeah, on bottom, we have more, I think we're up worst case here. I think it's not. So what is
But we
being
have
blocked? Well, the
basically
twos are really
we have
bad.
a set versus, an already made straight. We have a set versus locked up equity. And because we have 2 sets on the bottom, it kind of really changes that. Like if it was flip the deuces and the threes, so it was the deuce was on the top board, that would change it a little because now we have a set on each board.
Yeah.
But
That's a
when
good
both
point.
of our sets are on the bottom board, it's just so hard to boat because essentially we need a 4. And if a 4 comes, we still have to worry about them having 4x and still making a better boat.
Yeah, well, also if this
I guess
button
because the deuces
had
are on the
his
bottom, so
set
yeah,
on
they're
the
not going to
top
make a.
and not on
They
the
have
bottom,
4x,
that would
can't make a better boat. They can
around.
only quad up.
Yes.
But
Well,
I
knowing
mean,
what we know now.
I think the lesson here is that when all of a sudden all this money goes in, much equity to try to capture part of his pot.
Right. No, what I meant, Andy, was assume that the 4 comes on the bottom and he doesn't have pocket 4s. he can't get a better boat than us.
So we have the aces. That's right. I
We
was
have ace-
looking at the twos for a second, and
We have aces full of fours. What can happen is he can quad up or be a quad already.
right.
We have the over.
So what, so 3 times 4 is times 4, so that's 12%, right? Additional equity if you didn't have the fours.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So I think we could probably, I think it's probably a spot where we want to get away. We just ended up worst case. This is close because it's just, we only need 17% to run it if we're, you know, if we're a pot odds believer.
What's so funny to me is the board that we went, well, I mean, you guess yes, something on the top is what actually saved us.
Mhm.
And yes, we have a surprising amount of equity on top.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is it.
All right.
I hope that the viewers
Fun stuff.
enjoyed the bomb pots.
All right. I will see you guys tomorrow at our regular time.